Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, representatives of the African Union and officials of the UAE, welcome to Expo 2020 Dubai, where every day is a cause for celebration until the 31st of March 2022. Today is a new year for the African Union. As it celebrates its National Day, we rejoice with them a new year of relations to further deepen the roots of our mutual destiny and further enforce our bonds.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. ضيوفنا الكرام، نرجو من الجميع الوقوف والترحيب بسعادة الدكتورة مونيك نسانزا باغانوا، نائب رئيس مفوضية الاتحاد الأفريقي، ومعالي ريم بنت إبراهيم الهاشمي، وزيرة الدولة لشؤون التعاون الدولي في دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة، والمدير العام لمكتب إكسبو 2020 دبي إلى مسرح الأمم. Good afternoon, honored guests. Please stand and welcome His Excellency Dr. Monique Nsanza Baganwa, Deputy Chairperson of the African Union Commissioner, and Her Excellency Reem Bint Ibrahim Al Hashmi, Minister of State for International Cooperation and Director General of Expo 2020 Dubai, to the stage of nations. Greetings, Your Excellencies, esteemed dignitaries and invited guests, and welcome to the official Honor Day ceremony of Expo 2020 Dubai. This afternoon, we gather to officially honor the African Union and their participation in this exceptional global event. Please rise for the anthems and flag raisings of the United Arab Emirates and the African Union.
Okay.
It is my esteemed honor to introduce and welcome His Excellency Sheikh Shakhbut bin Nahyan bin Mbarak Al Nahyan for his opening remarks.
First, keep your standing. Your Excellency, Dr. Monique, Your Excellency Riyam Al-Hashimi, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor for me to welcome you today as we join together in celebration of the Honor Day of the African Union. We are pleased to have your significant participation with us in this global event, with dedicated programs and substantive discussions, which we are confident will bring great benefit to the future of the African continent and the world at large. We are proud to host Expo 2020 and welcome the world to the United Arab Emirates. We are particularly pleased to be celebrating our achievements with you all and charting a path forward to achieving our vision for the next 50 years ahead. In cooperation with you and our partners from across the globe, at Expo 2020 under the theme Connecting Minds and Creating Future, we are all invited to unlock one another's potential to shape a better and more sustainable tomorrow for generations to come. And the African Union's presence on this journey brings with it an array of opportunities for mutual benefit and dialogue and partnerships. We are proud to note that the African Union's pavilion at Expo 2020 is the largest yet among its pavilions in the world expeditions, and that its participation has brought forth a significant chance for our visitors to experience a space at this open and free in its representation of Africa's unified past and the future it aspires to achieve. The pavilion invites us to discover Africa's history, culture, and vision, as well as a continent that seeks to empower and create opportunities for its citizens and realize its true potential as a significant change maker in the modern world. In this regard, I would like to express our appreciation to you, Your Excellency, and to the Commissioner General, Dr. Levy, and his team for the African Union's superb participation in this expo. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, As host to an event that constitutes an exceptional universal platform, the UAE is keen to engage with countries, international and multilateral organizations and partners with the aim of enhancing collaboration efforts that seek to develop innovation and substantial solutions to emerging challenges. We are pleased to share solid ties with the African Union and its member states, which are based on the values of friendship, mutual respect, and international cooperation that seeks to realize for a better future for us all. We are also proud to have been an active partner on the continent throughout our 50-year history, with an unwavering commitment to its development and its prosperity, a nation that has been strongly emphasized by the UAE's Consortium for Africa. This pioneering initiative, with a commitment of $500 million, aims to fulfill our collective vision of a rapidly developing and connected new Africa, driven by its youth. As we celebrate the Africa's Union's strong representation at Expo 2020, we look forward to witnessing the rise of new initiatives and collaborative efforts that will lead to the progress and well-being of our people. With this, Your Excellency, I welcome you again, and your delegation as we gather today at Expo 2020 to capitalize on our shared experiences, engage in dialogue, and collaborating towards the making of a better world for us and the future generations to come. I thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Now, please join me in welcoming this morning's honoree from the African Union, Her Excellency Dr. Monique Nsanza Baganwa, for her remarks.
Thank you. Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, Honorable Rim Al-Hashim, Minister of State for International Cooperation and Managing Director for Expo 2020, Your Excellency, Honorable Aminata Asome Diata, Minister of Trade of the Republic of Senegal, and here representing our chairperson of the Union, Your Excellencies, host, government, members, and the people of the United Arab Emirates, representation of African Union here present, the Commissioner General of our Expo, members of the Diplomatic Corps, all protocol observed, here and those streaming from home, I greet you. In January of 2019, His Excellency Moussa Faki, chairperson of the African Union Commission, undertook his mission, official mission to the United Arab Emirates, where he signed a memorandum of understanding for political, economic, and social cooperation between the UAE and the African Union Commission. It was during his visit then that we committed to participate at this very global exposition, and an opportunity for us to showcase that Africa is the future the world has been waiting for. I'm delighted to be here to see for myself and attest the great visionary achievements of the people of the UAE and to the way you have successfully hosted this once-in-a-lifetime experience of Expo 2020 Dubai. I'm also here to use this amazing platform to let the world know of the great opportunities that Africa offers. A continent of 1.3 billion people who have a great, who all have agreed that the Africa we want is possible if we move together in unity. We have displayed and demonstrated alongside our member states that indeed Africa is the land of opportunity with a potential market where 60% of our population is represented by our youth below age 25. We boast of a combined gross domestic product of 2.6 trillion US dollars across our 55 member states. And the more advancements we make in the implementation of Agenda 2063, the more this will grow and the more Africa will rise. In 2018, the African Union introduced the African Continental Free Trade Area, which was operationalized in January 2021 with the potential to boost intra-African trade, representing a single market of the Africa and being home to about 30% of the world's mineral reserves, 8% of the world's natural gas, 12% of the world's oil reserves, 40% of the world's gold, and more. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are challenging the untrue, biased narrative of what Africa is like, owning our tales and showcasing our potential through the success stories we continue to see in our communities across our well-endowed continent. At this Expo, through our many strategic events that we have held, we have shown you all, the world, that Africa is indeed open for business. As we celebrate the Africa Honor Day here at Expo, it is also important to note that this year also marks the African Union's 20th anniversary, reflecting back on 2 successful decades of implementing programs that have continued to change the lives of our brothers and sisters, changing the course of our continent towards that of a shared prosperity, peace, and sustainability. Acknowledging that there is no single continent panacea to match all the challenges we face, through the unity we display, we are certainly going to continue making change that matters, touching lives and creating tangible solutions that our people are at the heart of. As part of the long-term vision set out in Africa's Union Agenda 2063, the Assembly of Heads of State and Government of the African Union has adopted common African aspirations, drawing on the potential of its populations, in particular the human capital, with a particular emphasis on women, adolescents, and children. Human capital is key for development as it leads to improved lives for individuals, higher earnings, and improved incomes for our countries. The people of Africa have set up the African Continental Free Trade Area and are implementing the integrated high-speed train network, the African passport, and free movement of people, and working on the establishment of a single African air transport market, exploring outer space, and championing the education of our people to close the digital divide and elevate our youth to compete with their global peers. We are a united people whose history is far-reaching and life-changing, embracing our stories, the ugly and the good, the nostalgic and the awe-inspiring, enshrining in the great African Museum for the world to come learn about us, from us, and not anywhere else. Your Excellencies, the February 2020 African Union Summit in Addis Ababa afforded African women and girls various platforms and opportunities to rally support and advance actions towards the implementation of commitments on gender equality and women's empowerment. Their efforts translated into the declaration of the years 2020 through to 2030 as the new decade of women's financial and economic empowerment and economic inclusion. And in this declaration, African leaders committed to scale up actions for the progressive gender inclusion towards sustainable development at the national, regional, and continental levels. Ladies and gentlemen, to better communicate our desire to become a preferred business destination, the African Union has embarked on institutional reforms, in part to meet the evolving economic, political, and social needs of the continent. Currently, 6 of the world's 10 fastest growing economies are in Africa. And the ease of doing business in Africa is improving. We therefore continue working towards an improved business environment for our investors and partners. Furthermore, I hope that our shared cooperation at this Expo 2020 Dubai will be the stepping stone in our African Union, UAE, and Gulf Cooperation Council partnership, an instrumental catalyst in bringing to life our shared ambitions as reflected in the African Union Commission UAE MOU, allowing our private and public sectors, our women and youth, the platform to engage in the exchange of ideas and trade in intellectual property as they continue to generate economic gains from the common trading ground we have mutually unearthed. Above all, enhanced cooperation between the African continent and the United Arab Emirates will surely take us to newer heights, provided that we continue to champion each other's interests with the best intentions at the core of every decision that we take. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, on this day, therefore, I feel particularly good to be an African. I thank you for listening to me. I've been long, but I felt I needed to share what Africa has come to tell as its own story, and also to say how much we are committed to doing business with the people, the business community, and the government of the United Arab Emirates. I thank you and wish you welcome to this happy Africa Honor Day here at Expo 2020 Dubai. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We are now pleased to share a cultural performance from the African Union. We will have the privilege to experience first two poets, Adele, a Kenyan media personality, poet and activist, who has gained international recognition for her efforts to empower African women and youth, and Chief Mumin, a poet, playwright, and a curator of theatrical spectacles from Ghana. They will be followed by Donovan Rosso, a pianist from Cape Town, also Adam, a singer from Niger who will perform a Tuareg song, and finally, a group from Angola, Kina Kumush, composed of 3 percussionists and 5 dancers. A captivating and energetic live show featuring traditional and ethnic dances, chants, and singings from Angola. Here now, proudly representing the African Union, please welcome them to the Stage of Nations.
I am father, I am son, I am brother. I am ancestry so diverse, so long, my roots run deep back in time, back to the cradle of humanity. I am progeny, growing into time, soaring branches into the beckoning years. I am the soaring branches into the beckoning years, flourishing resistance at the twilight of humanity. I am the light of Amun-Ra, shining over the ambitious points of Egyptian Giza. I am the Nubian glories of Kush and Kemet, buried in the sands of Sudan, the powerful thrust of the Zulu spear, the fire on the tongue of the Yoruba Shango, the ululations guiding the Maasai flock. I am prayer on the tongue of Abyssinian monks, the blue veil across the Tuareg visage. I am the drumbeat of the dance of Ashanti royalty, the enchanting tales on the tongue of Mandinga royals. I am poetry in Kiswahili, picking your soul beyond the Kilimanjaro. Furaha mapenzi, nguvu amani. I am history, buried in the manuscripts, lost in the rubbles of Timbuktu. I am mystery, encoded in song, dance, and stories echoing through generations. I am wisdom, encased in proverbs, cracked with kola nuts, offered in a calabash of ancient brews. There is so much about me that you do not see. There is so much about me that you do not know. There is so much about me that I am yet to discover. I have given so much of myself. I have had so much of myself taken, yet so much of me remains. I am dream of the founding fathers and freedom fighters to forge a powerful union to unleash the fullest potential of this great continent and its great people. I am ambition of a surging youthful population who are taking their destinies into their own hands and leveraging on the tools and technologies of the time to transform and leapfrog across sectors. I am rhythm, a new age of bold creative expression, from music to dance to fashion to poetry to cuisine. I am painting a colorful mosaic of a bright future.
She is mother, she is daughter, she is woman. You may think you know her, you may think you've walked across her body and danced in her mind. You may think you know her, but you don't. She's the source of all that we are and what we could be. She is wrapped in acres of rich, dark skin that hold scriptures of who we are. The soles of her feet have danced with soils from the east, soils that have bloodstains from when she was harmed, when she was shamed, when she was broken, and left for dead. The soils have pieces of her splattered all around her. The soils also witnessed her rebuild herself piece by piece, pain by pain, joy by joy, a rebirth. Let me tell you about her, about the hymns of an awakening that escape her lips, about her strength and confidence, her knowledge and wisdom, about how the nature bows down at her feet, recognizing that surely only a God can give life. Let me tell you about her, about how magical her black, beautiful, feminine energy is, about her love, the only one that heals. Let me tell you about her defiance to be drowned in pools of resilience, to be muffled to silence. No, she is not silent. She chants her rights and will only dance to rhythms that uplift her, that honor her, that see her for who she is. Her who stands as a liberator in the pages of our past. Her who stands before you today to break your curses with her truth. Her who birthed, births, and will birth our very bright and very black future.
We are the blending colors of the glorious rainbow.
We are the cradle of mankind's destiny.
We are the tide rising for the coming voyage.
We are the scriptures of our future foretold.
We are the anchor facing the storms unfazed.
We are our ancestors' wildest dreams.
We set our sails towards our shores of hope.
We are the now and the yet to be. We are African and proud.
Thank you to Kina Kamush, Adele, Chief Moomin, Adam, and Donovan Rosso for that splendid presentation. With this, we conclude our official Honor Day ceremony of the African Union. Please join me once again in thanking everyone who has joined us here this morning, and welcome to Expo 2020 Dubai.
We extend our congratulations to the African Union, embodied in its representatives and every African citizen that breathes the air of the UAE on their National Day. We extend our thanks to our excellencies for being here at Expo 2020 Dubai. This spot, the Wasl Plaza, is the home for plenty of occasions, and in every day, this dome will host a National Day celebration until the last day of Expo 2020 Dubai. Thank you for coming.